Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball. Come out to the ballpark this week as the Ferry Hawks welcome in the Charleston Dirty Birds May 5th through the 10th. Grab the kids and come on out. We kick it off on Tuesday, May 5th with Cinco de Baseball with $5 tickets and $5 food and beverage specials. And we end the week as we celebrate all moms on Mother's Day. Moms get in free. Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Let's go back to Iran because maybe we're very close to a deal. Or if not, President Trump said the bombing will absolutely start. And joining us now is retired U.S. Marine Corps Major General. He's also CEO of the Punaro Group, General Arnold Punaro. It's great to have you on, General, and fill us in on what you think could happen next. We all sort of feel like the Iranians are just kind of jerking everybody around. Can we trust them? And if not, what do you think could happen militarily very soon?
Well, Rita, John, great to be with you. And I'd go back when you say, can you trust them? What Ronald Reagan would answer that question and the way we should answer it today dealing with Iran, trust but verify. So anything that gets put on a piece of paper, obviously, in these kind of agreements, you want to read the fine print, and you've got to have a very robust verification process to make sure they're living up to the agreement. I think the president has been correct in keeping maximum pressure on the Iranians militarily, economically, and diplomatically. And it appears that, the diplomatic track may be opening up a little bit, but the president's also made it very clear if they don't agree to the key terms, which are no nuclear weapon, no use of their enriched uranium, no rebuilding of a nuclear, program, and also you've got to basically have no control by Iran of the Straits of Hormuz, setting a precedent that no country can control an international waterway because we wouldn't want China to assert control of the South China Sea. So the president has put down two very strong markers. I'm not privy, obviously, to the status of the actual negotiations, and the president, I think, is being very careful in what he's saying about it. And so, as in any kind of diplomatic agreement, you want to see the fine print. And so, whether the Iranians are negotiating in good faith or not, we'll know that, I think, pretty soon. Over.
Yeah, you know what, General, and I love that. I love the military talk. That's great. It's General. Also,
I think, General, I think this is John Catsimatidis. I think that regardless of what they're doing, stall, and hope that they're getting a Democratic administration in November.
Well, I don't think they can hold their breath that long, to be candid with you. I don't think the president's been very clear. And being honest, he's put maximum pressure on them militarily. And, he can go back to major combat operations at a moment's notice. Our military is poised at the ready. We also have the option of going to their economic center of gravity, which is Carg Island, and our Marine Expeditionary Units with the 82nd Airborne, we could take that island. Yes, it would have some risk, but also would make the economic pressure on them even worse. And I think that's what's got them back to the negotiating table. Certainly, you're right.
But
I don't trust them. Yep. The president doesn't trust them. But on the other hand, you've got to give diplomacy an opportunity to see if it'll go anywhere.
No, we agree there. We agree.
We agree. But, General, I said this the moment the whole thing started, that you were dealing with a hydra, a two-headed animal, where you have the Islamists and you have the people. I don't want to say moderate, but the people. And these IRG, they don't care about their people. They can starve. They don't care, as long as they're eating. And they believe they've been raised on this. I'm going to heaven with 70 virgins or whatever. And you can't trust them, So I don't know what we're doing, but I accept the fact I don't have the briefings. I don't see all of the pieces. But this makes no sense to me. We should have wiped out the IRG and those little speedboats. We know who the people troublemakers are.
It's still there, and if they don't make progress at the negotiating table, that's the next step. Because you're right. I mean, the Ayatollahs are religious fanatics. Their religion tells them that suffering and pain is part of their reward, and so the reason the president is correct about saying there's an imminent threat these crazy people, the Ayatollahs, they would use a nuclear weapon.
Exactly.
We have mutually assured destruction with Russia and China, our other adversaries that have nuclear weapons, because they know if they were to use them on us, that we would basically retaliate by wiping their countries out. So, but the Ayatollahs, they don't think like that. They're not sane. And so I don't trust them. I don't think our military trusts them. And I think we reserve plenty of military options if this thing doesn't get sorted out on the diplomatic track in the very near future. They're losing a lot of money. And the Ayatollahs, they may be religious fanatics, but also they do believe in getting the resources. But so I hope that, the negotiating track will pan out, but it can't be a no deal is better than a bad deal or a mediocre deal.
General, before I let you go, we just have about a minute or so left. Sure. I want to ask you also about the people of Iran. What's being done to get them emboldened or to get weapons into their hands for the right moment, whenever that is?
Rita, I don't think anything's happening on that front right now, and I think that would be extremely difficult. And because of, as John brought up, unfortunately, the Republican Guard, the IRGC, retains tremendous capability against their own population. So I don't think, frankly, right now that we see that. Certainly in the military, we don't see that as a viable option in terms of trying to arm their population and trying to incite them to revolt. As many people have said, they've killed their own people by tens of thousands. So I think the people are just keeping their head down right now.
Yeah, I agree, and waiting for the right moment. And obviously, the other stuff has to be settled first here, as we're seeing. General Arnold Punaro, it's great to have you here on Katz and Cosby. We love having you on. Thank you so much.
Such a privilege.
Thank you very much.
Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Why is the middle class shrinking? Why are people facing an affordability crisis while marginalized individuals called informals grow in numbers? Join me as I travel the world, speaking with people living in invisibility, the leaders working to solve it, and uncovering the hard truths shaping our economy and daily reality.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.